Hello again, I'm Rodney Reynolds from FreeTheGameMan.com, and this next Q&A video is about keyboards, but not just any keyboards, mechanical keyboards. This is not one of them. How are mechanical keyboards better than standard keyboards? This is a standard keyboard. Dome switch keyboards. They're basically what everyone has these days, and they're all over the place. They're wired, wireless, everywhere. They're inexpensive to produce and they're pretty inexpensive to buy. How do they work? They're comprised basically of three different layers. Top layer is the keys. Below that is a rubber layer. Below that is a printed circuit board. So when you press on a key, that key depresses the rubber, and that rubber has a contact point in it for each key, and then that contact point makes contact with the printed circuit board. That's how each key works in a dome switch keyboard. However, mechanical keyboards are different in that every single key is a mechanical switch. Think of your light switch on your wall. It works mechanically, or at least, most of them do. You flick it, lights come on. You flick it the other way, lights go off. Mechanical switches, same kind of thing. They have a spring inside of them. When you press down, you get feedback pushing back on your finger from that spring, and then you'll hear a click noise. It's a switch. What's the advantage? The advantage to a mechanical keyboard is it will last longer. Much, much longer. Now that might seem surprising to some of you, but think about the rubber layer. The rubber will deteriorate faster than a sealed switch will. A good sealed mechanical switch, that is. I hear they'll last anywhere from 10 to 30 million clicks longer. That's substantial. If you're old enough to remember the Model M IBM had, mechanical keyboard back in the 80s, long time ago, I know. I remember those. I grew up with those. They're still around. They still work. So there you go. Sometimes old school is better. So they'll last longer. That's one advantage. The other advantage is feedback. You get that tactile feedback, that pushing back action against your finger that the spring, creates resistance. That's good. Also, you get that loud clicking noise because it's a mechanical switch. For example, if I press on this, you hear next to nothing, unless I really slap on the keyboard. It could be good and bad, though, that particular one, the noise it makes, because some people might not want to have a keyboard that's loud. If you remember the old mechanical ones, they were loud. I mean, click, 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 like, all it was, click, 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 click. A lot of people in the same room with that happening might drive you insane, especially since now we're not kind of used to that anymore. So keep that in mind. And mechanical keyboards are obviously going to be a lot more expensive than a standard keyboard because every single key is a mechanical switch. Do you need a mechanical keyboard? No. Most of us, for the most part, do not need to have a mechanical keyboard. Because, seriously, do we want our keyboards to last 20 or 30 years? No, probably not, because they're going to go out of style. They're going to have, different interface. It's not going to connect on a computer 10 years from now like it would connect. So, in all honesty, no. Most of us really don't need to have a mechanical keyboard. Buy an inexpensive dome switch keyboard and you'll be pretty happy with that. If you can afford to have a mechanical keyboard, sure. If money is no object, perfect. Go out and buy $100 or $200 or $300 mechanical keyboard, or the other options to get like an $8 mechanical IBM Model M keyboard off eBay somewhere. You can still get them, but they don't have macro functionality and all that kind of stuff, which a lot of the mechanical gaming keyboards have today. So you kind of know now what a mechanical keyboard is. You can make your own judgment call on whether you really need one or not. I hope that answers your question, and keep your questions coming.